Hey, so RFK was in Texas on Thursday, I think it was, and it's because he was at this funeral of the second child in Texas who's died of measles. And this is really shocking that people are dying of measles in 2025. Might not be shocking to some people who are older, but there's a vaccine for measles, right? The MMR vaccine that's widespread, that you're supposed to get like two shots, right? One when you're little and then one when you're a little bit older. But anyhow, really, really sad. 480 people in Texas, where this one outbreak is happening, they have measles. I think 56 people are in the hospital or something like that. But there's two children now who have died. And this latest kid was 8 years old. Really, really sad. And that must have been like horrible because, it affects your breathing. I think she had pulmonary failure or something like that. Stops you from breathing. You get these, marks all over your body and just a whole bunch of other problems that you can get by having measles. You can go blind, right? Anyhow, really sad, but he is now facing a ton of criticism. Because you remember what I said about Kennedy, right? I'm not sure which island, if it was Guam or where, a few years ago, he went there and influenced some people not to get a vaccine. He used to be a vaccine denier. He used to be one of those people that believes in alternative medicine. And I'm not saying that alternative medicine is bad, but when you have a safe vaccine, you should use it, and you shouldn't encourage people to not, because he did, and a bunch of people on that little island died. I mean, there's only one way you can get a sickness on that island: if you're flying in there, if you're an outsider, right? Anyhow, so he is like known to be a vaccine denier, and he is now the Health and Human Services Secretary guy. So really, really shocking. And not only is this outbreak growing in like New Mexico and other places in the United States, like I said, this is the first time somebody died in a decade. In a decade. And now there's two kids who died. And it's like it's a kid, their whole life ahead of them, right? But yeah, really, really upsetting stuff. He went to the funeral. He consoled the families. But then I also read in this story on the New York Times that he is asking for an investigation to see if the MMR vaccine causes autism. I mean, I thought this kind of thing was debunked 20 years ago. Literally 20 years ago. Like, wasn't the measles vaccine created in like the 70s, I think, or like widespread in the 70s? Correct me if I'm wrong. But I thought they knew that this can't give you autism, that it's something else. And so just, it's really shocking that he's going to use like government money to do that. Can you imagine? I can't imagine being exposed to measles as like, I can understand like a little kid, but when you're 8 years old, you should have had your first shot, right? And just horrible. I can't even try to imagine what that poor child had to go through. What all those people had to go through who are hospitalized with measles. And it's just because of a lack of education. He's changing his tune, though. He's basically saying now that you need to get the MMR vaccine. It's the most effective way of stopping measles, if you read a little bit further down in this article. What do you think about it? Have you had your measles shot? I'm pretty sure that everybody that I know has had that shot, but I don't know what it's like, the difference between Canada and like the United States. In order to like travel outside of Canada, there's like a whole host of shots that I had to get, like flu vaccines, and then there's a bunch of shots that you have to get to go to like Europe and to go to like Africa and Asia and all that. Don't forget to leave a comment.